Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with his good friend, Matt, the lumberjack landlord. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. I'm doing really well. It's Tuesday. I didn't have to work yesterday, most of it. So that was pretty good.
There you go, man.
Good.
Well, I want to talk about housing 2023. First and foremost, I want to acknowledge that we actually have a different opinion on it. I
We
don't
do.
think I don't think we have a negative number in 2023. You do. You think it's in the
Yeah,
correction, not crash category.
I
But
do.
I wanted to put some more emphasis on 2023 because I think 2022 is basically done, right? The calendar year is almost over. Certainly when you whack 6 or 8 weeks, November and December, because it takes time to close,
Yeah.
this year, 2022 in housing is almost done.
Yep.
And we're not getting a negative number nationally speaking.
No.
Um,
Uh-uh.
but I think 2023
Even though some people feel vindicated that there's already a 30%.
I don't even know how to talk about that guy. Stop baiting me. So let's talk about 2023, because when I look into 2023, I actually think there are 4 questions that I have to answer internally before I can have at least an educated guess,
Okay.
because doing it on emotion is not generally a good idea. So let me give you the 4 things that I think about,
Okay.
because I think they will drive your decision making. And let's just put a number out there, right? I believe May of 2021, no,
Okay.
May of 2022, the
Yes.
median home price was $437,000. So
Okay.
that is the number we are going on. And we're going to talk about May 2023. So 12 months.
Mhm.
And so let me write that down. So I did already, 437. Ha, look at that. Okay. So the first thing I think about is rates.
Yep.
And as we kind of unpacked a couple of weeks ago, I think a lot of our early discussions were about the 30-year. And we're like, hey, if it gets to 6%, we're in trouble, blah, blah, blah.
Mhm.
However, we forgot that that was our natural bias. And what we are undoubtedly seeing today is a larger and larger and larger percent of folks going to adjustable rate mortgages.
Mhm.
And they can still be had for in the 4s.
They can.
So when I think about the cost of capital to buy a home, what I
Mhm.
have to answer is, will ARMs, adjustable rate mortgages, the 5-1, the 7-1, the 10-1, will they be in the 6s, thus making 30-year money in the 8s? That's the first question I ask myself when I think about 2023 crash. What do you think of that? Do you think it's a yes? Do you think it's a no? What do you think?
Yes.
You think adjustable rate mortgages have a 6 on them by May of 2023?
I think so.
See, that's okay. This is awesome, because that is our first difference. My
Yeah,
answer to that question is no.
Right. I think they do, because I think the Fed is going to have to break inflation.
Okay.
And so I think that they keep on raising till the cows come home, and they eventually tell Wall Street, tough. Tough. Too
Okay.
bad. So sad. Tough.
I love this, because now I'm understanding why we disagree.
Yeah. That is a core part of it, because like I said, I believe that is going to be a significant part of this, is that I think that we will see higher rates next year, even though we're going to be in recession.
Okay.
We will see higher rates, and we will see less activity.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see higher rates, less activity. And I think all of that happens because they have to raise rates to break inflation.
Okay.
They can't. And the thing is, they're going to get, after the midterms are over, doesn't matter. So they're just going to go nuts.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
if it's political at all, right?
Yeah.
If
this
the
is
Fed's
awesome.
political at all.
This is so awesome. So again, if I say 30-year money fixed or in the 8s and ARMs in the 6s, your answer is yes.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, cool. My answer is no. The next thing I ask myself is, will the government create some meaningful, not just like token, like helps 1%, but will they create meaningful programs for first-time home buyers, again, which would increase activity on the low end?
Yes.
So I agree with that.
Yes.
Also, again, so if the answer is yes to that and it's meaningful, doesn't that mean prices on the low end go up?
They do, but it means that a majority of your transactions are all going to be low end.
There you go. Okay, that's logical. Yeah,
It pulls down the number.
No, you're right.
right? People are
Absolutely.
like, oh, well, this is awesome. And so while there's a bunch of money that's going to go into the market, I think that there's still going to be credit requirements. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
there's still going to be, right. There's still going to be some down, there's still going to be whereas they might give down payment assistance and closing assistance and fogging a mirror assistance. And, you have a job assistance.
There'll be better
and
loans.
yeah, it's going to be something where I envision them doing the wrong thing consistently. They continue to prove me right. And I believe that they extend because they already have the framework for our vets. And I think that they extend something like that to where it goes 0%. Now that 0% difference, right? Closing with.
And you're talking 0% down, just so people realize, not
0% down.
Not interest rate.
No. 0% down. I think that with that 0% down, I think that certainly it's going to bump up pricing some, but where you have I'm part of other groups around the country, right? And, in a lot of parts of Pennsylvania, $140,000 house, okay. I mean, I think that there's going to be those markets, I think are going to be the ones to really move.
Yeah.
And people, I think also because, there's going to have to be a major retraining of America's workforce to make up for some of these 11 million jobs that need to be filled with the, millions of people that are allegedly looking for jobs, but they aren't trained in the way that they need to be. So yeah, I think that the government absolutely spikes it, but I think what you see is ultra luxurious that depended on crypto, business formation, things like that. I think those guys those guys sit back a little bit.
No, so really what you're arguing is kind of the reverse of what I'm arguing this year, right? Why do I confidently say the median's going up this year? It's because we lost a third of the low end, right? It's just mathematically. So what you're saying is we get that third back.
Yes.
And those transactions increase as the ultra luxury and high end decrease, which naturally pulls the median lower.
Right. Ultra luxury and move up buyer.
Oh yeah. I think that's solid logic.
I think the top 2/3 of the market largely disappears.
Yeah, it kind of goes on. It just slows down.
Yeah,
a lot.
It becomes, when was the last house that traded for $1 million in that neighborhood?
Yeah. Okay. I like that. I really like it.
Because they're locked in. I mean, unless they own a collection agency. If they own a collection agency, they're going to be upscaling. They're going to be buying a nicer house.
Yeah.
Because that part of the market's going to there's going to be a ton of people like foreclosures of cars. That's where I think that they're going to have trouble with whatever program they create. If there's any level of a credit requirement, that's the biggest issue. We did a search and, per 100 inquiries or per 100 applications, 85% of them didn't qualify credit wise. At 680, 85%.
All right.
Well, that doesn't more directly reflect what the actual market is. Because if you have a 680 credit score, I think you're in the top 50%.
Okay. All right. Now, unemployment. Again, one of the things that I look at is unemployment gets bad enough and stays bad enough. That is going to be a problem.
Yep.
So I picked arbitrarily 7.5%. Do you think unemployment is above 7.5% by May
I think it's
next year?
I think it's that range with far more risk to the upside.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think it's at least that. I think it's it's probably 6.5 to 7.5.
Okay.
And I think that there's a more than 50-50 chance that it breaks that and we get to 8 or 9.
All right. And then
think about how many of those jobs are construction jobs on homes.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're painting a pretty scary picture for me. I got one left and I think I know
realtors
and mortgage brokers.
Oh dear heavens. Go to any bar and the new joke is going to be, so a mortgage broker
and a realtor walk in a room,
a construction guy walk into a bar.
Yeah. All right. So the last one is, obviously, given what you've said so far, you think we're in a recession by next year. Do you think we're
a real recession?
I put the number down -2% or greater GDP. And I'm guessing you're thinking yes.
I'm thinking something of that lines, but I'm also thinking not being an economist,
Yeah.
I can kind of identify with the major economists that say, yes, negative GDP growth is technically a recession, but there's other factors to it.
Mhm.
So I defer to them because
Yeah.
that's their job, that's their skill set. Like
Yeah.
for me, I have nuances in how I do houses.
Sure.
So I'm the expert there. But
Right.
in that particular case where they're the expert, I say, listen, if they're saying that there's not a recession, but because it's just too negative GDP, but we're still over 250,000, over 200,000 jobs that we're still
Yeah.
adding, then yeah, I mean, we haven't made the market pukey enough where it's
Right.
really going to really hurt.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you're absolutely right. I think Friday's jobs number will be a positive number. And thus, I don't see those 10 economists calling Q1, Q2 a recession.
Right.
First time since 1947. So it's been
Right.
a long time. But it's because we had 6 months of job growth.
Right.
We just
Right.
did. Right. And you can argue why or why not. It doesn't matter. I actually think you're right. I think we have a deep, dark recession and it's -2 and it will be called. I think it'll be Q3, Q4.
I think it's, yeah. Well, so I don't think it can't be Q3, Q4, right? Because unless 3 is negative and
Yeah,
4 is
exactly.
negative, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Q3
Yeah, so
is
I'm,
negative, Q4 is
yeah, and
negative.
so that's where it was kind of like Q4, Q1 to me, Q4 this year, Q1 next year. It's gonna be right around that. I mean, horseshoes and hand grenades.
No,
You know,
I
it's
totally agree.
not
So,
sniper level.
so I guess everything in your kind of outline leans you to say that by May of 2023, median home prices will be under 437 because everything you said is like a
Yes.
negative number. So,
Yeah.
do you want to take a wild ass guess on either a percentage or a number that housing might be in May of 2023?
I think less than 5%.
So let's
It's
call
not
it
gonna be
20
crazy.
grand.
It's gonna be 3 to 5%.
Let's just call it 20 grand. So you're thinking
Yeah.
417.
Yeah, something like that. Yep.
All right. All right. So you're going to call 417 or 4%, you said?
Yep. Based on all the economics that we covered up until the 9th grade.
Up until that, yeah, which was so much. So I think I called this morning 4% the other way.
Okay.
So I'm going to call it up. I guess I'll add 20 grand. So I'm going to
I think you're
5.
closer than Zillow was at 18.9.
Yeah, they just lowered it now to 9.1.
Yeah. Well, get ready to get the halvesies out again, kids.
Yeah. Yeah, this is going to be interesting, folks. I'd love to hear from the audience. Where do you think, again, median home price, where we're starting from is $437,000. Where do you think housing will be May of 2023? If anybody wants to guess and you're within, I don't know, 5 grand and you remind me, I'll send you an autograph book. The first one in the list. I don't want everybody just guess a number. So, yeah, so this makes total sense to me why we disagree. So for me, I don't think ARMs get in the 6s.
Okay.
Right. That was our first delta.
Yep.
I do think we have a first-time home buyer program and it will distort the low end. But what I see happening is they got to buy that homes from someone.
Yep.
So I think the move up buyer gets a kick as well. That's kind of how I got to the median going higher, because you don't, the low end of the market usually is somebody selling, somebody buying, right? They don't just
Absolutely
build. They're not built, right? No builders
Yeah.
are building them.
Yeah. So my challenge there is that move up buyer is likely smart enough to understand the value of the rate.
Well, then they don't sell. So then you don't buy. And then, I mean,
that's the issue.
And that's why I don't think the low end goose up that you're seeing is going to be meaningful enough to pull it down. That's kind of where another area where we disagree.
Yep.
I don't see unemployment getting to 7.5 by May. I think it gets there, the peak of this crisis, but I think this is a 2 or 3 year just drudgery. Awesome. Right. And then
it'd be so awesome though.
Yeah. And then the last one. Yeah. I think we agree on the recession, but again, I think it's going to be quarters.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. This isn't, I do not think for 1 second that this is 2 quarters and we're out. No way.
No way. More pain ahead.
Yeah. It's going to be, I mean, if we are in recession now, I don't think we start to clear up until middle of next year.
Yeah.
But just so everybody understands, you're still only halfway to a depression at that point. Yeah. You still have to double it. You know, you got to go 12 quarters in a row. That's why I think there's no way for recession.
Yeah. 12 quarters and let's just add, and 10% GDP hit.
Right. And I think that, and so I think that we post some nasty numbers next year. I agree with you, 2.1, 2.2,
Yeah. Yeah.
maybe a nutty one at 2.5,
Yes.
something crazy.
Yeah.
But then I think the rest of them, largely speaking, are going to be ones in the ones. And then there's going to be some that are sub ones where we're kind of pulling out of it.
Yeah.
That's kind of that's just my general feeling on how I think this thing's going to go. But again, even right now, I'm doing any deal that I can find that is a great deal that gives me a great return on my capital.
Yeah. I don't see any reason to think that that 2020 and 2021 won't be, which were good for most people, doesn't mean that 2022 and 2023 are bad for most people. It's just, we've got to pay the piper. And I think we have 2 years of just, all I can say is yuck. That's a technical term for you. It's going to feel yucky.
I agree.
So where can people find you?
Lumberjack Landlord on YouTube and on Instagram, and then Sunday live streams 11:30 a.m. and then our new landlord product review series. Since I'm a hands-on landlord, I want to share the products that we actually use in the field that are tried, tested, and true. In fact, we're going to cover a couple of those in an upcoming video today.
Absolutely. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate you.
Thanks, Mike.